It's been a lunch date that we look forward to each year. And why not? A couple of hours of good company and a good nosh mixed in with a liberal serving of inspiration and enlightenment.
If you look at the companies that are truly successful, it started with a desire not to make money, but to make meaning. That is to change the world.
But it's not just about the food and company or the inspiration. We're all drawn here for a greater purpose.
It's a phenomenal organization, a great way for people that have to support those that have not.
This year marks the 10th anniversary of the JFSA's Innovators Lunch, an innovation in itself when it first began.
The concept of doing it in a really tight timeline, it didn't mean your whole afternoon was taken up, so you didn't have a good excuse to get out of it. You ate right through the speakers, there were clinking of plates, and weren't sure that was going to go well, but it just worked. Taking a Jewish organization and reaching out beyond the Jewish community to the business community was definitely innovative at the time.
The driving force behind reaching out to the business community was one of the three co-chairs of the first event, Naomi Groper.
One of Naomi's great strengths is that she had a very big picture about how things should be.
She had, bright eyes and bright ideas, and she was ready to take this little organization and put it out there and say, let's pay attention.
She had to prove to JFSA and to the community that if you think big, good things will come. She just needed to always make a difference and try and make the world a better place.
These words, written about Naomi at age 5, were just the first indication of the passion that would define her professional life. She would go on to graduate with a business degree focused on one purpose: to help nonprofit community organizations make the world a better place. Naomi's involvement in the JFSA is a continuation of her family's tradition of leadership in the Jewish community. Her great Zeta, Max Groper, was an early president of the Jewish community of Saskatoon. And her great Baba, Fanny Groper, was the first woman honoree of a Negev dinner in Canada. Naomi's family has had a long history of leadership in the Jewish community.
Part of your life is giving back to your community by providing leadership to the community. And Naomi had a history of that. And I think that's why she got involved in JFSA, because she knew she could make a difference. And that's why she got involved in the Innovators Lunch, because she knew she could do something that was innovative.
While Naomi was working on the Innovators Lunch, she was diagnosed with brain cancer.
It was very emotional and draining for her, but the Innovators Lunch was a huge priority for her all the way through, and it gave her a real joy and purpose. And
she led the charge through the whole way. We just hoped she was going to be healthy enough to see it happen, and she made it through and was an amazing speaker at year one.
The main theme of Naomi's speech was family. She felt fortunate that during her struggle with cancer, she had family and friends to lean on.
And the JFSA is that extended family for people who are going through similar things that don't have family and don't have that support network.
The JFSA continues to be a family for those in need of one. Creating a sense of family positively influences the health, well-being, and recovery of those struggling with mental health issues.
Why don't we do a check-in?
I will begin. The managing of life becomes so difficult that I find myself in what I call a crisis. The pain becomes so excruciating that I can't get out of bed.
I'm having a really up and down week.
Dan Osipov and Michael Groberman both had rewarding careers. Michael was a well-regarded theater critic, and Dan owned a successful electrical contracting business. Both their lives were severely impacted by mental illness.
I lost everything I had. I had a house, car, a girlfriend. Everything I had, it was gone, and everything I knew, I couldn't do anymore.
Every Friday, a group of men get together with JFSA's outreach coordinator, Rebecca Denham, and often with a community rabbi, to talk about what's going on in their lives.
I'm going through new medication changes.
With a severe and persistent mental illness, you're engulfed in it, and you can't see that there is work you can do within yourself to help get out of this.
The hovering support group helped me stay focused and elevate my spirits and to help me stay in touch with my Jewish roots. Everybody's in such a good mood after. Well, you can tell that it's really working.
So I took your advice from last week when we were here.
Mental health outreach is just one branch of the mental health program at JFSA. Since it began 3 years ago, it's provided a wide range of services in the Jewish community.
I would say maybe 15 to 20% of the work that I do in a given day is connected to mental health issues.
One of the unforeseen benefits of the mental health outreach program is the strong support it's been given by many rabbis in the community.
They'll take that extra time to just come over and connect with people and make sure they know that this is where they belong and that they are welcome.
The mental health outreach goes well beyond normal counseling. It is something that truly enables the individual to enter into the community. It diminishes that feeling of loneliness and gives them a necessary strength. A mental health issue must be dealt with by someone who is really part of that person's life. And the JFSA understands that.
This past year, Mental Health Outreach started a peer support program. It enlists volunteers from among clients who are advanced in their recovery and can now help others.
For me, it's a whole new beginning. At first, needing help and asking for it. Now I feel like I've come full circle. I'm able to give help to people who are asking for help.
People can work with me for however long they need to, and then they move on to working with peer support, making it possible that the mental health program can now reach even more people.
In the note that I sent out, people have until midnight on Monday.
Michael and Dan, the first two peer support workers, trained for 3 months. They were then given a list of clients to meet with on an ongoing basis and the resources to take them out and to engage in their community.
If a client is concerned that a treatment might be difficult or painful, I can tell them what my experience of it was. And sometimes I can be very encouraging.
To imagine how welcoming it would be if you were struggling through a depression to open the door and have somebody like Michael on the other side. And that's what the peer support program is here for, and that is its success, is to know that people are going to open the door and somebody on the other side has made it through.
Money could not buy what I have right now. And that's all because of Jewish Family Services.
The Innovators Lunch has helped fund programs that have made a profound difference in our community. And for that, we can thank our generous donors and sponsors.
We don't all have the expertise to use our money in a way that's meaningful to those that need it. But organizations like JFSA do understand the needs and make sure that the needs are fulfilled. Austinville's been a part of this community for a long time, and we've done well by it. It's our responsibility as good corporate citizens to give back when we can.
As your business supports the community supports your business.
For the last 10 years, the Innovators Lunch has provided an opportunity for all of us to reach out and help when help has been needed. We depend on each other when we can't help ourselves. And the needs of our community, our family, are as pressing as ever.